Once he was the king of sales, so confident that he believed nothing could bring him down. But one day, the trick that made him successful stopped working. And that's when his real journey began. Rashid had always been the star of his company. With his charming smile and polished words, he could sell anything: watches, electronics, even books that people didn't really need. He relied on his old tricks: a flattering comment, a rehearsed story about how the product had changed someone's life, and a confident handshake that made the customer feel special. For years, this strategy worked like magic. His colleagues often whispered, "Rashid Kasobomedi could sell sand in the desert." Success made him proud. Too proud. One evening, when a young colleague suggested learning new digital sales methods, Rashid laughed. "Son, when you've been in this field as long as I have, you'll understand. These new things come and go. But my methods, they always work." But the world was already changing. Customers became smarter. They no longer believed in fancy words. They wanted proof, comparison, and transparency. Competitors used online demonstrations, live reviews, and interactive presentations. Rashid, however, kept repeating the same old lines he had used for years. "Trust me, this is the best you'll ever find," he said to a customer one afternoon. The man frowned. "Do you have any reviews? Any real demonstration? Just saying words isn't enough anymore." Rashid was stunned. The sale slipped through his hands. Day after day, the same thing happened. His sales dropped. His juniors started performing better than him. The man once called the king of sales was now struggling to sell even a single product. One Friday, his manager called him into the office. "Rashid," the manager said gently but firmly, "you are talented, no doubt. But you're stuck in yesterday. Old tricks don't always work. The market has changed. The people have changed. You must change too." The words pierced Rashid's pride. That night he sat alone in his room, staring at the ceiling. Memories of his glory days played in his mind. He asked himself, "Am I failing because the world is unfair, or because I stopped learning?" For the first time in years, he admitted the truth. He had grown lazy. He thought success would last forever without effort. The next day, Rashid made a decision. He would start fresh. He signed up for training sessions, learned about digital marketing, and studied customer psychology. Instead of speaking endlessly, he began to listen to customers, understanding their problems first. He practiced using new tools, creating presentations, and showing real solutions instead of empty promises. At first, it was hard. He stumbled, made mistakes, and even felt embarrassed asking for help from younger colleagues. But slowly, his efforts bore fruit. Customers noticed his sincerity. His words now carried honesty, not tricks. One customer told him, "You're different from before. I feel you actually care about solving my problem." Those words gave Rashid more joy than any commission ever had. Months later, Rashid stood on the stage at the company's annual award ceremony, holding the trophy for Best Comeback of the Year. The hall echoed with applause. With a smile, he addressed everyone. "Friends, I once believed my old ways would always work. But I learned a valuable lesson. Success is not about repeating old tricks. It's about learning, unlearning, and adapting every single day. The world keeps moving forward, and if we don't move with it, we are left behind." The audience rose to their feet in applause. Rashid's story became an inspiration for everyone in the room. The of this story is that yesterday's methods cannot always solve today's challenges. Life, like the world, keeps changing, and true success belongs to those who adapt, grow, and never stop learning.